Filmmaking is such a collaborative process. Everyone is telling the same story through wardrobes, through art, through lighting. As a cinematographer, I tell my stories through motion. My name is Christina Ienna, and I am directing and DPing my short Gemma.
Hey, take two, Mark.
Gemma is a short film about trying hobbies and realizing that it's okay to be good or bad as long as you love it.
Start pretty early. We are making her progress, and everything's looking really, really good.
And action.
It's been incredible watching Christina be both a director and DP. She's had this clear vision of what she wanted for the project and was able to make it come to life both in the directorial choices and camera.
Yeah, I like that. That's great.
Stories are always much better when you allow the audience's feelings to shape the narrative. They need to resonate and connect and also feel included in the story. It's important to be willing to allow them in.
There has to be something that grounds you and you can kind of find something that you relate to.
We're setting up for the kitchen scene where she attempts to make a cake and it goes horribly awry.
My name is Talia Rockland and I'm playing Gemma.
I figured since Gemma was someone who likes to try a lot of different things that she would probably reflect that in her wardrobe.
Oh my God! Gemma was really interesting to create, different than anything I've really done before because she doesn't have a lot of dialogue. The greatest gift in playing Gemma was getting to fail on the spot. We didn't really rehearse physically, so that was really fun to play, and also it creates a lot of what if, and I don't know, and we'll see.
Yes! Our couch is kind of an odd shape. It's kind of a 70s style, and the character of Gemma is kind of creative and offbeat, so it brings us into her world.
What makes a good story is that it feels three-dimensional. It's a full, breathing, living entity.
Oh, that looks so real!
Oh! It's pretty exciting to work with a medium format system in a filmmaking capacity. Usually it's done in photography world, so it's really cool to be able to bring it into motion. The camera is actually quite compact, the size of our stills camera, so you can actually build it up and strip it back down. We're gonna rig it overhead. We can put it on a dolly. It can literally be modularized to work in any format. We had a lot of Steadicam shots, and in order to make the Steadicam rig work, we had to actually beef up the camera and add more weight because it was so small.
So you can see we used this 28 to 100 Premista to add about 8 pounds. I need about a solid 15 pounds for it to balance properly on the Steadicam. The V-mount battery and the monitor on top, which we're using with the transmitter, and that actually got it just heavy enough that I can have my gimbal in the right place.
It's important for a cinematographer to be adaptable. We are full-time problem solvers.
That the brightest it goes? That is the brightest it goes.
Nothing is ever as scripted and prepared for, so you prepare for the worst, but always hope for the best.
Oh, we cut her hair. Reset.
Motion plays a huge part in this film. We're using a variety of tools to achieve various forms of motion. We have a Dana dolly, a Steadicam, and just a regular old tripod.
So we did the dog where we pulled out, and then we whipped
To the right.
We use dollying in and out as a way to intensify her motions. We're very specific on how we're choosing to use the camera in moments, whether it's tracking back and forth or pushing in and out.
We've gone through an overhead rig, we've gone through a slider, where you're going to be doing another overhead rig with a Dana dolly.
I'm very motivated in my choices of what I'm choosing to put in the frame. From lighting to composition, it all has meaning.
I like to use a lot of practicals when I'm lighting because it just establishes a more realistic environment.
The gaffer is in charge of setting up all the lights and interpreting the DOP's vision into actual lighting.
We're just changing the color temperature on this. We're just transitioning from a day to night to show passing of time.
Having this new ability to use this camera as a visual storytelling tool is incredible. I have 14 plus stops of dynamic range to play with. It allows me to push and pull the image in certain directions and still maintain a really high resolution.
Working with such an incredible crew made it possible to create such a great big vision with such a limited budget.
I'm excited.
Oh, we're just gonna
to see the finished product.
I think we were able to make wonderful things happen for the film.
And that's a wrap on Gemma.